we are in the home stretch for this year's open enrollment period to purchase health insurance for 2020. If you find your way to healthcare.gov, you have only until December 15th to purchase a comprehensive health insurance plan that will carry you through the calendar year of 2020. As people get ready to make their final selections and purchases, we wanted to remind you of a couple tips that could be helpful. The first one is a reminder to pay your first premium once you purchase that insurance. Then we're going to talk about auto renewals. It's a feature of the marketplace that could warrant a little bit more description. And then a quick reminder of how to use insurance once you purchase it. And for some people, this might be purchasing it for the first time. Let's start with a really quick reminder about paying your first premium. After you've shopped on healthcare.gov, you've compared plans, you found a plan you like, you've filled out the application form, and you've enrolled, your coverage doesn't start until you actually pay your first premium. That's like an activation step for your plan. You pay that premium directly to the insurance company. Now, some insurance companies have made it easy that if you have created a profile on healthcare.gov, you can find your way directly through your profile to that plan to facilitate an online payment. Some health insurance companies, like the old-fashioned way of getting a check in the mail, make sure you read your plan and the instructions for how to pay your first premium so you don't miss out. Instructions for each plan can look a little different, so take the time to figure out how much your premium is and the correct pathway it is to pay that premium. Make sure it's timely to be able to activate your plan for 2020. Typically, with any kind of coverage, it's not going to start until that payment is received. Let's talk about auto renewals. A lot of you will remember that there is a feature in the marketplace on healthcare.gov where if you had health insurance in 2019 and you did nothing during open enrollment, which ran November 1st through December 15th of 2019, you will be auto-renewed into your exact same plan for 2020. Should you do that? Should you do nothing and rely on auto renewals? That's not our recommendation for a lot of reasons. First of all, you might have changed. Your household size might have changed. Your income might have changed. You need to log into your portal and change that information to make sure that the information that the healthcare.gov has is accurate, that you're getting the correct tax subsidies if you qualify that, so that the prices are accurate. Making sure your information is up to date is just as important as looking at the plans that are available to see if it still works for you. Maybe the coverage you had in 2019 would not be appropriate for you in 2020. For one, the cost could have changed dramatically. The covered services might stay the same, the network might stay the same, but the premiums might have really gone up. You're going to want to log in and look and make sure that if you like the plan you have now, that it actually looks the same next year. Don't rely on auto renewals, but it is in the background for those individuals that just for some reason or another could not get to healthcare.gov to do that comparison and one last double check of their information. So let's say you're auto-renewed into the plan you had in 2019 for the plan for 2020. If that same plan is available, it will look seamless. That auto-renewal, you'll get information that says that same plan is here, and that's what you now have for 2020. Costs might still be different, but at least the plan is the same. Let's say that plan you had in 2019 is not available in 2020. Well, then healthcare.gov is going to enroll you into the next closest plan offered by your same insurer. Again, there could be dramatic differences in what that looks like, but it's supposed to be the next closest plan. If your insurer does not offer any plans in 2020, then you're going to be enrolled into a plan that looks a lot like what you had in 2019, but it might be from a dramatically different insurance carrier, which could mean different networks and dramatically different costs. So again, a reminder that shopping and picking is going to be important. But if you have to rely on auto renewals, that is a feature. You will have some form of coverage in 2020. Now, there's limited opportunities to switch once you have been auto-renewed into a plan for 2020. If you're auto-renewed into the exact same plan you had in 2019, you could be stuck in that plan once you pay your first premium unless you qualify later for a special enrollment period, which would mean you had a life change event of some sort. So either proactively call to cancel that plan if you don't want it continued, or simply don't pay your first premium to activate that plan if for some reason auto renewal happened and you don't want that coverage. Now, let's say that you were auto renewed into a different plan or with a different insurance carrier for 2020. Paying that first premium, again, will activate the coverage. But we wanted to call special attention to individuals that maybe were auto renewed into a dramatically different plan, maybe even with a different carrier, and they don't want that plan. First of all, if you don't want the plan, you don't pay the first premium to activate it. But second of all, because your coverage in 2019 ended and that plan is not available in 2020, that is a qualifying life event, the end of coverage life event, that qualifies you for a special enrollment period. That is why we're taking all of this time to talk through auto renewals. It's because a lot of people out there are going to be auto renewed into a new plan or a plan with a new carrier, and that in and of it itself qualifies you for a special enrollment period, which means from the 60 days from the date of the change, which is December 31st, 2019, the date of coverage ending in your 2019 plan, you have the opportunity to shop the marketplace in a special enrollment period and pick a brand new plan that'll carry you through the rest of 2020. Make sure you do it quickly. Make sure you read all of the details of the plan so you can find one that you actually like. So there's an additional layer of buffer in there for people that were auto-renewed to be able to go in and proactively shop if you did not take the time to do that before. That's the auto-renewal summary we wanted to provide for you. Let's wrap up very quickly with a quick reminder that if you are purchasing insurance for 2020, for a lot of people, this might be the first time they have private insurance. Even if you had insurance before, these tips still apply to you. When you have a new plan, using your insurance can be different than the plan you might have had in the past. Make sure you understand a few basics of your new plan. Something as simply as making an appointment. Make sure you read the information that comes from your insurance plan or insurance carrier to make sure you understand how to do that. A lot of plans require that you call ahead and make sure an appointment is scheduled. You don't just show up. There could be an additional charge for using the doctor's office or the emergency room differently than if you had followed the instructions. Know what the network is. Know which clinics you can go to, which primary care providers you can go to, which hospitals you can go to. Understand how to get a prescription filled, when a prior authorization might be required. All of the costs that are associated with a care visit. Is there a site visit cost? Does it count against your deductible, or is it included in the deductible? Make sure you understand how the costs are going to be charged. It's a good way to know what to expect, but also to avoid mistakes and surprise bills later. Finally, understand when and how you can use emergency rooms, not just in your network, but in your state, and also if you are traveling out of state. What does that look like? What are your rights and responsibilities? Using insurance for the first time can be complicated and tricky if you're not used to doing it. The more research you do on the front end, the easier it is later to be able to use your benefits to the fullest and really get your money's worth from what you are paying. Now, the marketplace itself, healthcare.gov, has its own toolkit called From Coverage to Care that gives a little recap of how to use insurance for the first time if you're not very comfortable doing that. And we link to that in the description below. But again, each individual health plan will offer its own resources, instructions. Feel free to use those. Contact us, numbers and email addresses and websites to make sure that you fully understand all the resources that come with the plan you've just purchased. So we share with you in the description below a few things. The site healthcare.gov, a direct link to how to enroll for health insurance. We also share with you how to see plans in advance before you actually purchase a plan, so you can window shop a little bit. And like we said, that Coverage to Care toolkit if you're using insurance and want to feel comfortable how to do that. Thanks for watching this video.